wrote it.
You wrote it.
Come on in, join the fun. We laugh loud under the sun. We are real, welcoming arms. Feel the love, no alarms. Community, safe and sound. Laugh and cry, love all around. Open hearts, open doors. Here for you, forevermore. Side by side, we stand tall. Together, rise, never fall. Laugh and sing, joy we bring. Cry and hug, heart.
Hey, y'all. Did y'all hear Kenny in the background?
Your song said make the community safe and sound. By 45.
Hey, Carl. Hey, Danny. Hey, Austin. That's all.
Hey, Austin.
Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to finish the 9 minutes interview. And it's not letting me skip for some reason on here. It's probably the internet, but so the last 9 minutes of that last interview, I'm going to play from my phone and let y'all listen. I apologize about that, but that's the only way I can get it to where we don't have to listen to the whole thing again. And then we'll watch the interview from Stefan's ex-girlfriend. And of course, here's Pegalicious. Let me get it pulled up. I had it pulled up, but let's see. Okay, it's still there.
What?
Alrighty, y'all.
You that you found her phone on her dresser in like her little bedroom area. Does she have a specific spot where she plugs in her phone to charge? How does she charge her phone?
So on her side of my bed,
Okay, Lilith.
she's got a long charger. She'll connect it there to charge. Don't know how she charged it that night though. Don't know if she took her charger and moved it to the room upstairs. Not sure.
How do you charge your phone?
I charge my phone with my charger next to me on my side of the bed.
Okay, is it one that you plug in or
The magnetic one.
okay? Now, when you go to bed at night, is there any kind of routine that you do with your phone? If you're texting, look on TikTok or whatever, and you go to bed, you just set your phone down and go to sleep, or what's that routine like?
I'll TikTok until I start dozing off, and then I'll put my phone on the charger, make sure my alarm's on, and then just lay down, close my eyes, and hope not to think of too much, just fall asleep.
Okay, that night, Saturday or Sunday night, when you guys went spending this half-hour time together, was all that you were doing was talking about gifts and counting her money, or were you guys doing anything else?
I was asking her for more details about the party and tell me like what I missed. She seemed like she had a really good time.
When you got home from work that day, where was everybody?
I think everyone was in my room. Being in my room.
Okay, everybody meaning
Maddie and Stefan were there.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right. Now it's obvious that you and Stefan communicate via text message and phone calls and stuff like that. What is Google Meet?
What is Google Meet? That is like Google's version of FaceTime. So just face chatting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Video chatting.
Okay.
So something about Google Meet's involved, or he wouldn't have asked that.
When her birthday party was planned, was this planned before you got your job or after?
The birthday party? It was planned before, because once I saw my schedule and I saw that it was during a training day, and I wasn't going to call out. I considered rescheduling the party, but my family was insistent to just keep it that day. I said, okay.
All right, so Stefan moves out of his room, and I think you mentioned that your dad had plans on renting that room again to somebody else. Is that right?
Yeah.
How was that room set up? How was Stefan's room set up after he moved out?
Pretty much the same. The bed was in the same location. The TV, the dresser, the desk, and the mini fridge. Everything stayed in the same location.
Okay, was the bed, and did it have comforter, blankets, and all that stuff on it, or?
When he moved out, everything was empty. There was a mattress protector cover on it. But I had clean sheets and clean blankets to put on, like they're available. So
Where were they available?
in the closet.
Okay.
And I did. Yeah.
I can.
I don't know if they were there.
Do you know if he made the bed?
I don't know. But we're just.
And this is from Plunder True Crimes.
What
If
did
y'all
the
haven't
blankets look like?
subscribed to her,
That would
check
be
her
used
out,
to
y'all.
make that bed.
It would be white cotton linen sheets with. They're white, but they're white stripes. Different shades of white, so white stripes going down it. That was a fitted cover, then a sheet, and then the pillowcases. And it should have been like a warm blanket in the closet somewhere.
The same color, white, or
Maybe gray.
okay, when you say there's pillowcases, how many pillows were on the bed?
And she had the can't remember ish, syndrome whenever it comes to questions about her daughter, but she sure is on about. She knows exactly what these sheets and everything look like.
I'm not sure. I know that we had taken things out of that room before. I don't know if we used those pillows. I'm not sure what pillows were.
Okay, did you ever go into the room after you discovered that she was missing? Did you go upstairs to that bedroom? No.
Sure. You didn't go check the bedroom
So when you
upstairs?
go to sleep in your room, and you're either with Maddie or without Maddie or with Stefan, is your door open, closed, lights on, lights off?
When I go to sleep. So I have a cat.
Okay,
and
and
just cracked. So it's
Oh,
cracked.
here, sorry. I had it down.
Like a door stopper behind it so it doesn't open all the way because my cat will just trying to open. Yeah, but we sleep with the door cracked.
Okay, lights on, lights off.
Lights off with a YouTube video playing in the background, playing rain sounds.
Okay, would the screen be illuminated, or is it something where a screen like a phone, where the screen goes black and it still plays?
It goes black and stuff.
Okay. Do you remember that night if you were listening to those YouTube videos, or?
Probably was. I listen to it every night, so I probably was.
Does it shut off automatically?
So she listens to
Around
YouTube.
like 4 or 5 a.m., but then I'll notice and I'll press play again.
Okay. Is it fair to say that you're easily woken up, or no? By sounds like that, or?
I'm sure I'm easily woken up.
You don't know.
Okay. Now,
How do you not know
the
that,
purpose of you telling or having Maddie sleep with Stefan upstairs.
She don't know she's easily woken up.
Liar.
Normally.
Liar. Liar. Sorry. Liar.
How the hell could you not answer that question? Shit. Some sounds will wake me up, some sounds won't. Hey, Mimi, how are you, sweetheart? Okay.
Well,
Hey, Pam.
Before that, you needed a good night's sleep. If you needed this kind of sleep previously when Stefan wasn't there, what would happen?
You mean if Stefan wasn't there, I needed this good night's sleep? Depends. I had missed my meds the way I missed them at night, and I wasn't feeling, or I was feeling just how I was feeling.
She
I'm not
missed
sure
her
if I would
meds
have
that
her
night.
have her sleep with me on the other side of the bed, or if I would have sent her upstairs to the guest room. But she sleeps like a monkey. She rolls. She'll start at one end of the bed and end up on top of me by the end of the night. And she's a gymnast, I guess. But
Have you ever sent her upstairs to sleep?
no, not for any of these reasons.
Have you ever sent her upstairs to sleep by herself?
Although
I'm gonna need to wrap this up. Okay, one more question. Does anybody use your phone other than you?
no, except for the day that we were sitting in front of my house and forensics was in the house. That was the only time I've ever let anyone use my phone, and that was Stefan. Stefan has my phone.
What about, do you wear an Apple Watch?
Yes.
Does it track any of your movements or anything like that you know of? Do you sleep with your watch on?
No, I hardly ever put it on, honestly.
All right, I don't have anything else. Do you have anything real quick, Daniel? Do you have anything that you think we should know, Matt? Unfortunately.
She lies.
You're done there? Yeah,
So that's the end of that last interview we were watching. I believe that it's possible they have her awake doing movements at certain times. Although she supposedly don't wear an Apple Watch, this and this, and Stefan had her phone at that certain time. I think there's some movements that she might have got busted on.
Well, there's got to be something because I've never heard an officer say, "I need to wrap this up." I ain't get enough of her lying.
Mm.
Just the way you said, "I need to wrap this up."
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I was going to do another interview. So all these interviews as she gets them, they're not coming in, in order. So, that's why I try to tell y'all the dates. I think the first one I might need to put the date on, but has the day after Stefan Stern's arrest on it. But I think I need to put the date of that interview so we can keep up with the dates because they're not coming in order. But I do feel like maybe next time we'll do another interview, but this time we're going to listen to Stefan Stern's ex-girlfriend. It still gets me how she's so calm, isn't she, Mimi? Let's see. I think I need to blow you up before I get on there. Don't you little tart. Oh, I got to do this first. Full screen.
Hey, Sam.
Oh, how do I do that? Okay, I got to share first before I go to full screen, I guess. Hey, Sam. I hope y'all are having a wonderful day. Okay. Give it just a second to load. Because you know how my Wi-Fi's been really crazy. And I'd hate to have to finish listening to them all with you on my phone. But that's how we have to. It's not even. Let's see.
I'm blaming Kenny.
See, it's on. Okay, let me go back in and back out. Here we go.
Excuse me.
It does not. I don't know. I need to call the internet place and ask them. Like, why the heck does it used to kick me off sometimes when I would try to share something. But there's no reason why it's doing that. I don't have the Wi-Fi on my phone. I only use it to stream.
Hey, Grateful.
Hey, Grateful. How are you? See, that one's I feel so exposed. Jennifer, you shut your dirty mouth. Hi, Sam. You got your bottle, buddy? see. I apologize, y'all. Please hang with me. Watch it. Oh. I hate when it does this. Okay. Watch now. Now, you turd, if you give me problems, you're in trouble. Okay. Doo-doo-doo. It's not playing anything, is it, y'all? Y'all probably
Nope.
started. I'm a little crazy, but I promise I'm not. It's look, see, it says 0 out of 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. See what I'm talking about?
Yep.
What are you doing, Sammy? Are you going to chew away today? I apologize. We might have to listen to it from my phone, but I'll just hold my phone up so y'all can watch. It's just going to black screen over here. Don't hate me, y'all.
Why
just-
is anybody gonna hate you? You're so silly.
Because they like. I don't know if I'll be able to hold my phone up the whole time, but
We'll just put the phone where we can hear it. We don't have to watch her.
okay. Well,
Just
it
set it
has.
near.
I don't think it's her. That you're seeing. It'd be, I think, pictures from the case and stuff. I'm not sure. I haven't watched it myself. Let's see. $2.29. March the 1st. Dang.
See, even Blondie said they just need to hear it. They don't need to watch.
You know what's crazy is I'm not seeing when I go in there from my phone. I don't see the interview from the girlfriend through that way.
Oh dear.
Maybe do you think maybe it possibly got taken down?
I don't know.
The day after 2/29/31/24. Interview from April 18th. 800 case files. Jennifer Soto said the sex acts were not evil. This is crazy. Notifications. Sam, that sounds disgusting. I'm sorry, y'all. My dog, he likes to make sure he's extra clean. Okay. All latest.
Oh, while you're doing that, I will announce we have 3 more days, everybody, before Michelle gets kicked out of her house. Stay tuned. Keep your ears open.
Search. Jen. Stefan Stern. X. Oh, Lordy. Maybe that's why it won't play. It was taken down. That's the only thing I can think. Oh, here it is. I had to go in a different way. That was
There
weird.
you go.
Sorry.
Well,
I'm sorry.
if you
M-A-R-I.
E-L-Y. You?
M-A-R-I-E-L-Y.
Alejandro.
Okay, from my, well, before I start that, what did you drink?
There's a lot of background noise.
4. Okay.
Those
Is
ain't
this
my
your
dogs.
residency? Okay. And do you have a good phone number?
Oh,
Okay. Obviously, you know why we're here?
Yes.
Okay. Before we start, I'm just going to swear you in. Do you mind raising your right hand for me? Do you swear and affirm that the statement you're about to give is the truth and nothing but the truth to the best of your knowledge, so help you God?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So, from my understanding, you contacted the sheriff's office today. Okay. Kind of explain to us what your thought process was and why you contacted them.
So when Maddie disappeared, that morning I went on Facebook like always, and one of my friends that have no relation to Disney posted it, and I looked at it, and then I realized that the picture of the person, which was the mom, I knew her, so I opened it, and that's when I called my friend. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is. At this point, I did not know this guy was still in their life because when he and I were involved, he told me he broke up with her. So I'm thinking, I watched news and everything, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that girl got into some other relationship, and that boyfriend, that's why I didn't call you guys that day. Then this morning, I was in the parking lot at work, waiting, and that's when someone came in. So that's when I figured that was her boyfriend still. And
she speaks slow
that's
little.
when I felt really bad because
When a new picture comes, I'll show you.
I met him in 2022. By the end of 2022, we worked together at Disney. And, there was like a little group of people that would meet up. We met up a few times to play board games. Consequently, that he and I started seeing each other, more like hanging out here, playing board games, and then it progressed. Once he told me that he was in a relationship. He told me that she opened a relationship so she can date someone else.
Jen, okay.
And then it went downhill from there. And then they ended up breaking up. Then he and I started, seeing each other. Come in, let's see if the dog doesn't bark. I can put him outside.
She's at her house.
You're okay.
She's gonna put the dogs outside.
You can sit down. Cool. She's put it up here. So that's when I realized that. I'm sorry, I'm gonna pull it. You're good. That's when I realized that. We started dating. I forgot where I was at. We started seeing each other. We were not officially dating because I don't date people from work. Never. That was my first time. So I told him not to tell anybody because it wasn't anything concrete. We started hanging out here. I never met Jen. I never met Maddie in person. But Jen knew that we were friends. We started being intimate. We were just a few times, and then he would randomly make these weird comments out of the blue. Like he would say he vented about the ex-girlfriend.
Jennifer?
Yeah, he vented about her all the time. I never paid much attention, but
Some yapping, yapping, yappers.
That, because I asked him if he wanted to spend the night, and he's saying no, because if I don't get to the house, they won't go to sleep. And I was like, what do you mean? No, they don't sleep if I'm not there. So I'm like,
So who we're listening to now is Stephen Stern's ex-girlfriend.
we talk about it a little, and I'm like, but you're not with her anymore. And he goes, no, Maddie won't sleep because she sleeps with me in the mom in the bedroom. And I was like, but how old is she? Because I thought she was 12, and that's when he said, yeah, but he said something about her being autistic, but not being like
She's high functioning?
doctor. Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'm like, but she's still 11, you're not the dad, and you shouldn't. I try because I have a bachelor's, I'm a teacher. I don't teach, and I try to, hey, not appropriate. And then he goes, no, she doesn't sleep if she's not cuddling with me. And I was like, well, that's not. And then I asked him, hey, when she moves to the bed, then you can move to her bed and just sleep in her room. Like, we went over this. It's not something that I just disregarded, whatever. He had a way to play.
Sorry. He told the girl he was dating there for a little bit about Maddie sleeping with him. And she tried to tell him how wrong it was. Like that shouldn't be happening. And he tried to act like, did he just try to act like something was wrong with Maddie to her?
Well, he told her she was autistic.
Yeah. Like, was he trying to make it look like, don't think like that it's, a disabled child or something? I'm not saying, God, please don't take that wrong. But y'all know what I'm saying. Like,
well, he's trying to say that she was 12. I think she said she was 12 at the time, which is not adding up in my head, but give me a minute, maybe it will. But yeah, it's like he's saying like she wasn't a normal 12-year-old.
yeah.
So
But
it's like her mentality was younger, so it didn't count. That she came to his room and said, "Can I sleep with you?" Because she's afraid of the dark or whatever. But at that point, as a grown man, you should know, you go sleep with your mama. You don't need to be coming in here and sleeping with me. Go sleep with your mama.
Yeah. Like, even if the child had anything wrong, like, it still doesn't give the okay for him to be sleeping with her,
He's just making an excuse.
He's making an excuse, trying to make that girl that he's talking to or dating or whatever, he realized she didn't think it was okay. So then he came up with something else. Like, this is wrong with her, or.
Well, then I think it also makes it make him sound like, oh my God, I wouldn't do this. Kid's got issues. Why the hell, I'm not, no, I ain't, ooh, there's nothing wrong with this. Ooh,
Yeah. Trying to groom him, make people accept it. Yeah. Yeah. That's disgusting. That's what men like that do.
And I'm sorry, anybody who's watching this, if you ever have to give an interview to the police, do something with your little doggies. Please.
Okay, I'm pushing play. Okay.
With words, I thought he was just dumb. I didn't think he was like a bad guy, like doing something to her, Another occasion, he said that he was upset because sometimes he'd go and take a shower, and then Jen would be in the bedroom. And then when he comes out of the shower, Maddie's sitting in bed with Jen, and then he'll be coming out naked, and Maddie will see him naked.
So he's told this girl all this?
Shut up, Peggy.
No, go ahead. Like,
well, I'm thinking, why would anybody go into a shower and come out naked? Especially if there's kids running around and roommates running around. Somebody could have come in there while you're in the shower and you walk out In your birthday suit? I'm sorry. No.
But obviously, he knew Jen was okay with it, and
Well, I mean, obviously, if
he's
there
a
was no problem.
sick individual. It's
And like, it was the same thing. Why are you coming out of the shower naked? Well, she's coming in the room. She's just with you guys. Then get dressed in the shower. Oh no, it's too hot. He will always, and that was a lot. On another occasion that I forgot to tell the guys on the phone, he said that he sleeps in boxers, and then it was odd because he would wake up, and this is his words. I don't talk like this, but he'll wake up with a boner, and then he'll have to turn around because Maddie was like cuddling with him, and that's when I was like, okay, this is not right. I did try to, because I say if you're not with her in a relationship, you guys are not living, you're not boyfriend, girlfriend, why are you living with them? There's many people at Disney that are looking for roommates. You can rent a room. And then he said, no, I cannot afford it. And I don't want people living here with me. I love it. So I wasn't going to invite him in. But at that point, I was like, there's no way to like work this around. I don't want to be involved with somebody that is doing these things, and I just broke it up with him. He was very controlling, and he would like try to manipulate. And for instance, at work, he wanted us to stay friends. I'm not a person that want to stay friends, so I told him that while we're at work, if we need to talk, we will talk. But other than that,
hey, Amy and AJ.
I don't want to keep friends. And he tried to force me into keeping my friendship. He started harassing me at work. And that's when I threatened him, like, if you don't stop, I'm going to go out of HR or I'm going to call the cops. And, but it's just the fact that I feel like if I had said something, but sometimes you wouldn't think. I just thought he was dumb.
When were you guys in a relationship?
I don't remember when it started because it transitioned from being friends at work but we were done by end of April. By May 3rd, I found, because I have to take screenshots of messages. Back then is when I
Obviously, April of last year,
yeah,
2023.
Okay. That's when I told him that he was no longer to talk to me.
Okay, and when you guys were in, whether friends or in a relationship, during the same time frame as when he's disclosing all these things?
When we were intimate, that's when he started, disclosing these things as he was venting about his situation in the house.
While they were intimate, he would start disclosing that stuff.
That's what she said.
When I was aware that he moved out, then I was, a little more okay. He's out of that, but I don't know. Nobody knows.
Did he ever actually disclose of? No.
The only thing is that they cuddle in bed, like because when he told me that she sleep with them in bed, my naive thinking was that it was Maddie, Mom, and him. And I did talk to him. Okay, she sleeps, and he's like, no, she needs to be like right, like next to me because she likes my body warmth. Which I'm sorry, but to me that was disgusting.
What the?
Okay. Let me ask you this: Why did you wait to say anything?
From last
Good
year.
question.
Again, because I thought he was just being a dumb person that didn't know to distinguish. Because even my dad never came out of the shower naked. But I just thought he was dumb. I did get grossed out by all these comments to the point that I couldn't even see him at work. I wasn't very happy when he quit.
Did you ever confront him about these?
I did.
Yes. What was his reaction to those?
While he was disclosing these things, I would be like, I told him that's not right. You shouldn't be doing that. I compared to my dad. he would twist it into this is like an innocent thing. I didn't mean her. I quickly then he would change it into like I couldn't cover, and that's when I was like, okay, I just don't want to be involved with somebody's Soto. Like I feel bad because I could have said something, but sometimes I just thought if I say something and nothing is happening, plus I don't know their address, like I'm gonna look like I'm just looking for trouble, and looking back today, I got to work and I just couldn't work, so I feel awful because if I had said something, she would have been fine on maybe. But my reasoning was like, why is mom allowing this to happen? Because I don't have kids, but I have nieces and nephews, and I would never allow anything like this to happen.
Exactly.
You had mentioned that he was possibly like a roommate. So did they start off? How much do you know of their relationship, Jennifer and?
So when he started working at Disney, he would tell everybody that he had his girlfriend. They lived together. She had a kid. It was like his kid. He did tell me a few times that he was very frustrated because when Maddie would do something wrong, he would try to like scold her about it, and the mom would be like snapping at him. You're not her dad. Do not talk to her like that. But at some point they break up. And he's leaving there because he couldn't afford to move out.
Okay.
But at the same time, because I did talk to him in the house. Apparently, the house is owned by Jen's dad. And then there was a bedroom that they were looking for somebody to rent. So I told him, why don't you rent that bedroom and then leave there for now because it's going to be cheaper. And he said that Jen's bed is comfortable, and he wouldn't sleep anywhere. I even told him, like, when Maddie moves to her bed, then why don't you get up and move to Maddie's bed since she's there, then you don't have to be involved in. Because I told him that you never know if she gets mad at you. In my naive thinking that he's a good guy, I don't know because we don't know, but in my naive thinking, if Jen gets mad at you for not wanting to be with her, she can go to the cops and say that you're doing something to her daughter. Like, that's what I told him. And he goes, oh, she's not going to do that. And then I said, why don't you just move to Maddie's bed, sleep in her bedroom, and have them both sleep in the other bed. That way you are separated from all that. And he goes, no, Maddie's bed is very uncomfortable. So I'm like, okay, you have a kid sleeping in an uncomfortable bed. That's all my reasoning was, I just wanted to get away from this guy at that point, and I was thinking that Jen would have Maddie's best interest and not letting anything happen to this kid. I'm sorry, I just don't know what else to tell you.
Okay. Does he still work at Disney?
No, he quit. No? I don't really know exactly when because I didn't want to be involved. So, but he did quit. He did tell some people that, and this is as it was happening, that he had a job lined up in another state, but then about not even before Maddie disappeared, because people at Disney gossip, somebody was saying, oh no, he's living in South Florida with his mom. And then that's when I was like, oh, okay, so I hope he knows that, he can come up here and help look for Maddie. This morning is when I was aware that he was the boyfriend. I just thought Jen had another boyfriend.
What did he do at Disney?
He worked attractions. He was an attraction operator.
Do you know if he was in relationships with anybody else from Disney?
There were rumors. And now everybody knows that I was involved with him, which nobody knew. But there were rumors that so he was working with us in Figment, which is like the instrument, the dynamite. But then he moved to Soaring, and there were rumors that he had sex with somebody from Soaring. That's about it. There was this one class member.
I think that he had SEX with other people at Disney.
Okay. Couldn't quite make out what you said.
that was very good friends with him for a while. So I don't know if you guys maybe he said some other things to her.
Okay. Tell me a little bit about how your relationship was with him when you guys were officially dating. Was there anything that stood out?
Intimate because we were never boyfriend girlfriend, but when we were intimate.
When you say intimate, are you guys? We're all adults here.
We hung out.
You having sex or?
We did have sex
Okay.
a few times. This is odd. Okay, there are two guys here. Okay, so he was not all there. Like,
What do you mean by that?
he wouldn't get an erection.
Okay.
Like, it would be more or less erection.
Okay.
And so it was not like, we were like bunnies. But it was more like
Don't do that again. You made me jump my knee out of socket.
Jump my knee out of socket. There's a dude. What is wrong with Peggy?
She's talking to someone.
Who was on here?
There's
Irby.
not a lot. We talked a lot. It was more like giving each other company.
Jump your knee out of socket.
That's about it. And we played board games. So he would come often and we would just play a board game. We would drink, have a few shots on each end.
Did in any of these, whether he's drinking or normal, did any of his behaviors change? Did he ever become different, violent,
He was never
depressed,
violent.
or anything that stood out?
He was never violent. He was a very depressed person. All the time he was depressed. There was always something troubling him. Like at work, he wanted to be a trainer. Like if people didn't get along with him, it was like frustrating. Like he was always frustrated. You will, hey, how's your day going? Oh, I'm just frustrated.
always frustrated.
When we had an argument, he didn't become violent. Like it's because of, I don't know, my way to be. I tend to intimidate people, even though I'm like the sweetest person. But like I give this demeanor that don't mess with me, and maybe that was it. But like
You said he was never violent?
not with me.
Okay.
But he would argue and like it was like his way or no way. Like
No.
he would never win an argument. He was the know-it-all. I know it all, and and he was always right. So I'm more like, okay, you're right. Okay, goodbye.
It's sick.
So he would just twist things. When there was like I don't agree with you, he would just keep twisting it until he was right. That's about it. But depression, yeah, he told me he was like he takes Adderall, that medication. So he said that if he didn't take Adderall, he wouldn't function. I was trying, in the time that we talked, I was trying for him to get off the Adderall, but he wouldn't.
When you guys were intimate, did he do anything specific? Did he video?
No,
Was
I don't
he-
know that happened, but one time.
I agree, Hound.
He had me laid. This is very weird. I'm sorry, but he had me laid face down.
Okay.
Like like it was like face down completely, and he
Like completely flat?
He made her lay face.
and that's the one time, the only one time that he was really erect. If I'm telling you, that was it, and it was very weird. Just. At some point I was just so grossed out that I'm open to try things, but there are things that you're like, okay, are you trying to have sex with the chorus here, or that was my.
That is, yeah, exactly.
Excuse me.
Being hit by a truck. What are you doing?
Come on, Denny.
Why is he spraying the dog?
It's a dog thing, spray thing, and the dogs don't like to be sprayed with it. So whenever it's time to spray them, they run.
Oh my lord.
No, you little turd.
Can't see Hound Lover.
No.
Oh, been hit by a truck.
Not hard enough. Oops, did I say that?
Anything to do with the child, he would have been. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
And that's the thing I can't. Oh, I swallowed that piece wrong. Anyway, that's the thing I can't get to this whole case is that you had roommates. So there were people in the house. You had this lady that was seeing him for a short period of time who knew her mother. They worked together. And yet nobody went to CPS, police, and said, "Hey, I think this kid's in trouble. Somebody go check on this kid."
I can't believe after all he told her that she didn't say nothing. Like it didn't click in. I mean,
Well, she said she did.
instantly.
Well,
I
she made the excuse that he was making excuses, and
yeah
she knew they were excuses and they weren't right. Yet she didn't want to cause trouble. Well,
yeah.
I'd rather cause trouble and be wrong than bury my head in a hole and then find out a few days later that some child's deceased because I didn't open my mouth.
Yep.
I'm like, come on. And like I said, I think the roommates or anybody that was in that house and had to have known what was going on that looked the other way, they should be charged too.
I believe there's an interview that will be coming in from a roommate.
Well, I'm just saying, I think anybody that was in that house when that crap was going on, they should all be held accountable.
I can't help but be angry at his parents for being enablers. If you're her mom, if you're her mom, talk about wait. If you've heard, if you've heard his mom talk about SS's injuries from being hit by a truck, she blames everything on his trauma. Why?
Nope. He couldn't have been damaged that bad. He
She
could hold a
knows.
job. He could drive, if I'm not mistaken. Did he drive? Yeah, he drove.
Yeah.
So if he can
knows.
handle a car and drive, and he can get jobs and hold the jobs, what brain injury? I'm sorry.
I say that he got a job at Disney because it would be easier for him to look at kids.
Yep,
He could see kids all day.
yep.
Sick son
Well,
of a biscuit eater.
and you don't want my opinion on Disney, so I'll just shut up and we'll let it roll.
Oh, I've heard there's a lot of
I just want
allegedly a lot of predators that work for Disney.
Disney has become a predator product, if you want my opinion. But
I've never been there and don't plan on going.
well, it's not just being there. Look at their movies.
I don't.
If anybody has the Little Mermaid video in your house, go look at the castle and see what the castle looks like.
What's it look like?
A penis.
Oh, I'll have to look that up.
I didn't think it was until we had them and we gave them to my daughter and I said, "Can you bring that over to the house? I just want to play it for the baby." Yeah, I didn't play it once I saw it. I'm like, yeah, we're done.
Mm.
And I think that was the last time that we were, because it was too much for me to. It's really hard to see that person at work all the time. Yeah, and when I spoke with the coordinators, which is like an assistant manager, the few times that he would stare at me from afar and just stare,
That's
and
creepy.
his goal was to make me uncomfortable. I would call coordinator and I'll be like, hey, get me out of here, please, and they'll quickly get me out. So the amount of times that happened, it was maybe like 3 times, and luckily, like he decided. There was one time that once I found out he was going to work in my attraction, I just called out. That was the point where he made me uncomfortable. But violent, it's not violent.
Okay.
Not when it comes to my little ones, Lewis. I won't play that crap.
Do you know his first and last name?
His name is Stefan Stearns.
Okay. Do you know his birthday?
I'm really bad with numbers. But I know he's 2 years younger than me.
But you know his first and last name?
Yeah.
And it's a gentleman that was arrested.
Yeah. And I know that his parents live either Sarasota or south of Sarasota.
Did you meet him at Disney or did you meet him prior to?
No, at Disney.
Okay.
Yeah, he was training when I was already working in the trash.
And how long after you met him did you guys start this?
That's the thing, so I was thinking about it today. I started working that attraction I trained in August, and I started working in October because I was on vacation. So that's when he was training.
Audio.
There was a lot of new people there, so we all kind of clicked together, and then that's, I would say, by Christmas, we exchanged gifts,
Okay. So by Christmas and then by April it's done.
By end of April.
So it was a quick, maybe a 4 months thing.
Yeah, because we didn't go intimate quickly.
Okay.
No, it was.
When you guys were at Disney,
Do what, Peg?
Oh, I was just trying to add things in my head. Go ahead.
did he ever drive around like in the woods or anything like that? Was he an outdoors guy?
He is an outdoors guy.
Yes.
I am an outdoors person. I go hiking a lot. That's the reason why we started chit-chatting and hanging out more. We went hiking once to Moss Park. But I brought it. I was the one that brought it there.
Did he ever bring you to any places?
No, that's the only one time we went hiking. Because again, the relationship wasn't long.
Yeah.
So I took him to Moss Park.
When was that? When did you take him to Moss Park?
I think it was before December 2022 because it wasn't cold yet, and I remember that I had invited him hiking as a friend. Like we were just coworkers, and he couldn't go. But we did hike the Splito Trail. It's right next to Moss Park.
Okay.
So we went into Moss Park, but we hiked the trail next to it.
Oh.
Later.
Do you know, other than his family down south, does he have any close friends or relatives
No, he doesn't.
in the Central Florida area? No.
He doesn't have close friends. The only people that he was friends with was a few cast members at Disney. One cast member in particular that he hang out with, other than me, by himself.
So what's the name of it?
Caitlin Venturola.
Kaylin.
Yeah, they hung out a few times, like with the car.
You know how to spell her last name?
Yeah. I got my phone. I think I can find her on Facebook, so I don't misspell.
What was her vibe like?
Huh?
What was her vibe like? Did you get any?
She's a very late blonde. She
Yeah.
has she's special. I don't know what she has going on, but she is very she's angry all the time. She's a cast member that is angry all the time.
She's angry all the time.
Yeah.
And you're showing me KAITLIN VENTAROLA. Can I take a picture?
She's the only one cast member that I know who hung out with a lot.
Is this the one that he was rumored to have?
No, not that I know of, because because I never asked for who
Yeah.
you are. I don't care, you know. But if
He has a lot
if
of
he
cast
talked to
members.
someone a lot, that would be.
Probably her.
But when we were friends, he was open. He didn't have friends. He was always very. He told me that he was very frustrated because when he was younger, he could have any sex with anybody he wanted, and then since he got older, it was harder for him. You know, like he felt like he was ugly. That's about it.
Come on now.
Did he ever tell you about what he's attracted to? No. Okay.
Well, Hispanic. That's what he
Okay,
said.
okay.
You know.
Wait,
Hold on. Did she say his parent?
back up. I need to hear what he said he's attracted to again. I missed it. Oh
Okay.
God, please let her back up.
Yeah, it lets me. I'm just trying to back up to the right.
Remember to have.
No, not that I know of, because I never asked for who you are. I don't care, you know. But if he talked to someone a lot, that would be.
Probably her.
But when we were friends, he was open. He didn't have friends. He was always very. He told me that he was very frustrated because when he was younger, he could have any sex with anybody he wanted, and then since he got older, it was harder for him. You know, like he felt like he was ugly. That's about it.
Did he ever tell you about what he's attracted to? No. Okay.
Well, Hispanic. That's what he
Okay,
said.
okay.
You know.
Hispanic?
I didn't know if he had said like
Hispanic women.
That's what I thought I heard too.
older, younger, whatever. Okay. Do you think he's capable of doing anything?
I don't know him a lot. Anybody is capable of doing
Correct.
it, but did I ever feel threatened by him? No, I did not.
Even though he stared at you?
Does he play with words and like yeah,
Okay, wait a second. She's lying too. What is with these women that get in this guy's life? They all lie. Oh no, he didn't do anything. He wasn't beating her or but for somebody to have to go to HR and say this guy's demanding I be his friend, he made me uncomfortable.
He was staring at her.
Do we have to walk her through it? He's staring at you. He's trying to demand you be his friend. You feel like you got to go to HR. You call in when you're going to be his partner at work. So you call in sick and you don't have to work with him. But he never did anything to you.
Exactly. There's something, maybe. Never mind. I can't say that on here. But
I'm sorry. What is wrong with these women?
I can't say it on here. But I was going to
type it. I'll say it. Send it to. Well,
No.
you can't play it on your phone. Send it
No.
to me. I'll say it. I'll say it. I'm not afraid to say anything. You know that.
I know.
Whispered in my ear, baby. Come on. No, I'm just playing. I
don't know. It's not a dominant. It's like a manipulative person. Yeah.
Manipulative. Hey, there are people out here that can be very manipulative and make you believe everything that comes out of their mouth.
I believe no one.
I've been with a manipulator before, and it's crazy. But
I said I love you all in here. Don't anybody ever think I love everybody in here. But the YouTube streets, I don't trust nobody. I don't believe nobody. Unless you have shown me the things you're talking about to be factual, then I go, okay, yeah, all right. And I have people out there I like, but would I ever trust them?
Yeah. I do think one of the reasons, I don't like saying this, makes me sick to my stomach, that could, I'll say couldn't get up is
Yeah.
because he liked children.
Yeah, because she was a woman. She wasn't a girl.
Yeah, and that's probably why I believe I heard her say that he had her lay on her stomach one time and went in that way or whatever. And I think that was the only time he had got it up or something.
Well, I mean, apparently he can on occasion because he was with Jennifer and they were in a relationship and doing what people do. And then one day he just went, nah, can't do it with you no more. But he had moved on to Maddie. So he was getting what he needed, not from her. And hi, Victor. So, yeah, that's not what he's attracted to. So, why would he be able to? And uh, I think I get it, but I don't. Don't anybody help me with this. I'm trying to erase it from my mind. No, my mind. When he said lay down flat on the bed, I would have been, excuse me, you want me to what? Lay flat on the bed? Ooh, why? That's kind of a weird, awkward position to be put in. Just saying.
Do you think that the reason why the girl that did that interview, his ex, is saying anything like, or didn't say something then, like even though she should have beforehand? Or do you think he was like, I guess what I'm trying to say is, do you think the reason why he was staring at her like that, creepy fied shit and all that, was trying to like intimidate her, like, you better not tell anything I've told
Oh,
you?
yeah. Yeah, because whatever reason he decided to tell her that stuff, once he told her, then he's got that little part over here on this side of his brain going, shit, what did I do? And she was a little bit of a pushover, but she still had a little bit of a backbone. So he was probably thinking of 1,000 ways he could keep her mouth shut. And what better way than to intimidate or make someone nervous, which that she's going to use that as an excuse. Well, I could have been wrong. And then he'd come after me, tough titty kitty, speak up.
I have a feeling the reason why he done what he done to Maddie was that it is probably possible that she was pregnant, and whenever he had just came back to the house right at her birthday time.
Mm-hmm.
So, what if they had really asked him to come so they could go ahead and tell him or whatever, and he didn't take it so well?
I don't know.
I don't know, but I mean,
Because
it's
you
disgusting
would,
any way you look at it. But I'm just trying to think, like, you wasn't even living there no more. Then she misses her period. Supposedly, she didn't tell her mom she had a period that month. Then they ask him to come for the birthday party after he's living in Florida or wherever he's living at with his mom, with his parents. He agrees. He goes. Was something possibly said about her being pregnant? Then they felt like, or he felt like, I'm going to go to prison for this. And that's why I really believe Jen knew. I really believe in my heart that mother knew exactly everything that was happening. I
yep.
believe she knew whenever Maddie was gone. I believe that she knew exactly what happened to it, what he done to her.
No, there's no. I can't either, Danny. But I could see where
Yeah, like
I
he was afraid she was going to tell. That's why I was wondering.
see. And if you've got Maddie's mother knowing exactly what was going on with her daughter, she misses a period. The mother figures out she's missed a period. Talks to the daughter. Daughter says, yeah, I did." Is it? They call him back because she's going to say, "You're going to take care of this," meaning he's going to take that father role on, because let's face it, she's not going to call the authorities and say, hey, this man impregnated my kid.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to keep her mouth shut. And yes, I think I can. I thought about it last night, and I did a little checking because I don't know that much about all this stuff. I live a very naive, sheltered life, but I could see where he picked Jennifer because she was easy to get into her brain and mess with her. He could control Jennifer. And one of the ways I think he helped control her is that he probably was the one that helped her get the medical marijuana that put her in her stupor, so she really wasn't paying attention what was going on with that kid. And maybe some Adderall. He may have shared his Adderall with her. I don't know. I forgot what medicine she said she was on. But I can see that. I can clearly see that he could get her, here, honey, take this. Oh, but you've had a tough day. And get her doped up and asleep. And then him saying to Maddie, hey, Maddie, come here a minute. And Maddie's been groomed. Maddie thinks everything's okay. It's all right if I do this. Mom's not upset. He's doing whatever he's doing to convince her it's okay. And she, the victim.
Butt and mouth stuff.
Oh, you. I didn't need to know that. Ugh.
From according to her, he had trouble getting the same thing his ex said. He,
but not in the beginning. So anyway, I'm gonna let that go.
True.
I was gonna say I think we are on the same page. I think something just popped in my head and said, "Oh, you can't say that." But yeah, I mean, and then whenever he got bored with her, he stopped because she said he stopped having sex with her. They hadn't had sex in months. So
It's disgusting.
Yep.
It's almost over. It's got a few seconds left. I don't know if anything else will be said.
Well, we appreciate you talking to us and calling the sheriff's office.
I'll leave the card if you can think of anything else or something. Give us a call back, okay? Thanks for reaching out.
Yeah.
Thanks so much.
Wow. 220. Let's see if there's anything. See, 30 new photos. Madeline Soto case. Interview with woman. How long is this? 40 minutes. I'll save the next interview for the next live, and it'll be another interview with the mom. I'm trying to see if oh, here's this. This is his. Oh, it's a little long. We won't listen to it. Well, I already read the whole thing to you the other day with Stephen Stern's mom and dad. I read that whole thing to y'all the other day. That's what I was about to play, but it's like almost 2 hours long listening to it. I can show y'all some case photos. Let's see. But, oh, Peggy went somewhere. But, you can also see, that's the Micah Miller case. Here's the Chris and Shannon Watts house. Arrest of Justin Miller. Wait. Arrest of Justin Miller in Chris and Shannon Watts house. Who's Justin Miller? Is that the... No, because that one's Paul Miller. Let me see here. It was Sunday, February 11th, 2024, Super Bowl Sunday. In fact, and a big drama was unfolding between a husband and wife inside the infamous house once occupied by Chris and Shannon Watts. Would y'all like me to read this to y'all? I know it's a different case, but we'll for Madeline Soto's case, we will listen to that next interview. Hopefully tomorrow. I can't make y'all promises, but let's see. And here's the link. If anybody wants to come up, y'all are more than welcome. Let's see. Okay. The sun had just set around 5:30 p.m. in Frederick, Colorado, as darkness filled trouble was once again afoot within a husband who started crazy.
My power went out. Ah! I was sitting there watching all of a sudden everything went black. I'm like, what in the God's name? Yep, it just all went.
Oh, that's crazy. The dark paint that Chris Watts chose for the massive house's exterior may have been painted over with a brighter color, but is the same wife and child-hating spirit that makes husbands go crazy still lurking within the walls? Exactly 2,008 days since the day Chris Watts cruelly took the lives of his pregnant wife Shannon Watts, their unborn baby boy Nico Lee Watts, and daughters Celeste and Bella Watts. As Sunday, August 12th, 2018, bled into Monday, August 13th, 2018. Another would-be tragedy would cause police to be summoned to that home on Saratoga Trail once more. It was around approximately 6:32 p.m. on February 11, 2024, says the Frederick Police Department's offense report. Hey, Vic. Oh, where was I? Okay. When dispatch aired a disturbance in progress at a redacted home that we can infer is the Watts home. Because the parties involved were the famous Miller couple who went viral for buying the house, the Millers caught the attention and controversy of interwebs when they were pictured in Shannon's kitchen, a husband and wife standing with their 3 beautiful children, 2 girls and 1 boy, just like Shannon had. Ooh. Or would have had if her husband hadn't gone crazy and made the horrible decision to do away with them, all in order to begin a new life with his mistress, Nicole Kessinger. Well, how do I find the rest of the info on this? View file.
Your internet went down, Danny? Oh my Lord, what is in the universe today?
Yeah, Danny has a really bad headache. Let's see. This says offense. How do I open this? I gotta download these files? Oh, okay. Then can I look at you? What are you gonna say? Download complete. I hope. She's had a headache all day. Victim. Obstruction of telephone or telegraph service. Child abuse. Whose is this? Ed. Oh, that's the officer. Where do I find the person's name at? Oh, this is 2024. Okay. Child abuse acted knowingly or recklessly where no death or injury results. Domestic violence definitions. Oh my Lord. It says the suspect and 2 victims would later be identified to me verbally as blank and blank and blank, and those are blanks. Blank had advised dispatch of some of the following. She'd had friends over. Blank thinks she is cheating on him, then broke a wine glass. Blank was acting crazy. Yes, there had been drinking, but no drugs. Blank is being aggressive. Blank is vacuuming the broken glass. Their kids are in the house. She is crying. Blank gets very angry and does this. She was scared. Blank would take the kids and leave. Blank is really scary when he is mad. Blank took her phone and threw it before she could call 911. She did not want him around her anymore. I arrived on scene after other officers had already made contact with Blank, and I was advised that Blank was in the garage. I went to the garage and made contact with Blank and Frederick Officer Fountain, and as I did so, Blank explained the following. He and Blank have been married for 12 years. Tonight, Blank and her friend, only identified as Bonnie, have been up in the loft. He saw Blank cheat on him. He saw Blank cheat on him with Bonnie on camera when Bonnie and Blank had kissed. Bonnie had turned and looked in his direction and then kissed Blank. He confronted Blank and he was upset. He slapped the glass Blank had been holding out of Blank's hand. Blank voluntarily showed a recorded video he had on his phone, which he said was from that night, and two females could be sitting close to each other on the couch. One female he identified as Bonnie turned and looked towards the camera, then turns to face Blank and kisses her quickly on the lips. I then speak with Blank, who was speaking with Frederick Sergeant Flunker. As I spoke with Blank, she made statements that she was afraid of Blank, and that tonight when he confronted her, he had smacked the wine glass out of her hand, knocking it to the floor. She pointed down to the carpet, where I observed of a red stain, which Blank identified as the red wine that had been in her glass. I'm confused. That's the same thing. He saw Blank cheat on him on camera, voluntary show recorded. After further investigation, I was advised that Blank had been married for 12 years and had 3 children together. And all 3 children were biologically both of theirs. I was further advised that only Blank had been in the same room, having come into the loft at some point and got on the couch up in the loft. When Blank had confronted Blank and Bonnie about the incident, I was further advised that when Blank slapped the glass out of Blank's hand and Blank had seen it, became quite upset and was crying. As for that, Blank had not seen the incident or been affected as they were downstairs with the 12-year-old. While explaining the rest to Blank, she was crying and made statements that she was scared of Blank as well as having concern. I don't know. Stop.
I love it.
Yeah, I guess that's what they're trying to say. Like, is it possible that the Watts house is cursed now?
Whose house?
It's a case you don't know about.
True crime?
Yeah.
Well.
I mean, it's a possibility. I think there's a lot more to it. I'm just going to have to dig and find it on there. But I really, really have to pee. This water is going through me. It's almost 8. I got on here a little early. Ooh, about missed the hole in my mouth. Okay, I'm gonna go pee real quick, okay?
I'm here. Go.
Okay.
Go.
Give me a second. I gotta get my legs. They hurt when I get up. Okay. Excuse me, Sammy.
Okay, what kind of trouble can we get in? We gotta get into some trouble. You know me. She's not here to make us behave. Intermission music? I don't know.
Hey!
What?
Again!
He needs help. He needs professional help. And that's all I'm gonna say. Yeah, my grandson called me and said, "Grandma, did your power go out?" I said, "Yep, babe, it did." He says, "Okay, then I'm not gonna worry about nothing. Talk to you later."
Who's leaving?
I haven't followed any of the P. Diddy, and I don't think I will. I don't really care what happens to anybody in Hollywood. So sorry, not sorry. Nah, he's not helping her. He's trying to give her a damn heart attack.
Intermission music. Everybody hide. Helping me pee my ass.
Yeah, if somebody scares you, you tend to turn it off because your flight or fight kicks in, and you're like, "Well, now I gotta sit here and wait a minute. Gotta start it all over again."
I think he was arrested.
Yeah, I heard something about him being. And okay, since we're going this far, we'll throw this one out there. What the hell is people putting in the water that everybody all of a sudden wants to assassinate a former president? I think, come on.
Mm.
What in the world is people thinking? All I can say is, and I'm saying this because I'm a nice person. I'm glad this one didn't die like the first one. But why wasn't that area checked out better before he went to go play that hole? I'm just. These are questions I have. Why wasn't that area thoroughly checked before he and his friends came to play that hole and
Well,
the
I
guy was
guess
in there hiding?
from what I understand, there is a security person that goes one hole before he goes there to check.
But
And
the whole
that's
thing is, they say the guy
what-
sat in there for 12 hours waiting for him.
Oh, I don't know.
Why wasn't he discovered before? I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm just, it's mind blowing to me that, wow.
I don't know. So what'd y'all do today?
Not a damn thing. I had a headache too.
You had a headache too?
Yeah.
Hey,
But that,
Aora.
Nicole,
woo, we're taking this, maybe.
just message said that we're starting late in the morning doing 10 o'clock since it's raining all
Okay.
night. Well, not all night, but rained all day.
Well, I understand that,
Is this a
Hound
new-
Lover, and I listen to, when I go into my room, I listen to talk radio shows. Yes, I do. My one bad I have, but I would think that we're more educated today. That if somebody came on and said somebody's acting like Stalin and Hitler, and we have enough brain to say, "What are you talking about?" But apparently not.
Swimmy's ready, AE.
Yeah, she's taking a shower, so she told us to get our swimmies on. I just sit up on the shelf and swing my little legs. I don't actually get in and get wet, you know. This little elf climbs up on the shelf and just swings her little legs. And
What other cases? Okay, so I believe they're trying to figure out if the Watts house could possibly.
Danny singing Rubber Ducky. So much fun.
What
A
is that
rubber
one song?
ducky,
Step
awfully
out to
fond
put my
of
feet on the
you.
floor, wrap my towel around me, and I'd open the door. Splish splash.
We were singing two different songs, lady. And that's I will agree with you on that Honda. I want to say Honda lover, and I don't know why I keep doing that. Hound lover. I agree with you. I mean, I just you would just think that with everything that we've already gone through as a country, as a nation, that we couldn't be pushed back so far to grab onto this propaganda crap. I'm like, I don't know. Of course, I'm the guy that sits on the fence and says, I think we should do away with the Federal Reserve. Bye bye. Goodbye. See you later. I also believe that NATO needs to be shut down. Goodbye. We're done with y'all. But they'll never do it. It'll never happen. And I want to know why, if we go back to when the founding fathers set all this up, anybody in the House and the Senate, and what's the other one? The House, the Senate, and there's the other one. I can't think of what it is right now. They were only supposed to be in there for a couple of years and then somebody else comes in. Well, they've made it so that some of these people have been in there for 50 years or more. They made a career about it.
And it's possible that could happen. Gosh, I'm gonna have to. I know I'm weirdo, but I get into stuff like that, so I'm gonna have to go look for the videos,
Okay,
see if
wait a
I can
minute.
find them, and we can listen.
Carlotta said they got a body cam footage of what looked like the little girl, and you can hear one child like giggle. It's haunted. They're stuck. They ended too soon. Are you talking about the Watts home?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Talking about being stuck. So there's a
They
prison
kicked.
here in Tennessee. Oh wait, what car? Where? Who? I'm baked. and the Watts
That
home. Celeste and Bella and Shannon like stuck within the walls.
Wait, say that again.
Nick, you're not weird.
What did tell me your story again? What did you just say?
Oh, I was gonna tell you that there's a prison here in Tennessee, and it's called Brushy Mountain. Well, it's no longer a prison; it's shut down now, and it's haunted as hell. Like you should look up some stuff. Well, they're having a thing. I think it's next month or the beginning of next month. I think on the 5th. You show up at 8 o'clock or at 7:45. It starts at 8. It's like 100 and something per person though, but you get locked in the prison, and they're gonna there's gonna be like ghosts, or what do you call it, like investigators, and all that there, and you're locked in there until 4 o'clock in the morning.
What's the name of it again?
Brushy Mountain.
Brushy?
Yeah. You know all about that prison, Carl? Oh yeah.
In
I know
Tennessee,
people
right?
that's been in that prison before. Yeah.
Okay, I gotta look that up because I'm not familiar with it, but I will do some research.
It's
Oh, you would. You go everywhere, Carlotta. I'm so
paranormal.
jealous of your life. I've had enough.
Here, I'll read the thing to you. Hold on. I think it would be cool, wouldn't it?
Now, Angel, I've seen people go to the Ohio State
But what if you want out?
reformatory. Yeah, you're not locking my ass in because I'll bulldoze right through a wall or a window. I'm out. Mm-mm.
It says Brushy Mountain State Penitentiary. Situated deep in a remote area of Morgan County, Tennessee, is a legendary complex known for a long history of violence and turmoil. Brushy Mountain State Penitentiary. This notorious prison began in 1896 as a wooden structure built by inmates originally leased by the state for mining labor. In addition to the hard work that came with being an inmate in the late 1800s of Tennessee, these men often fell to violence, disease, and mining accidents. To make matters worse, healthcare was mediocre, and those found to underperform their mining work were routinely beaten. Listen, I'm telling you. Oof. Officially, Brushy Mountain State Penitentiary was never home to Tennessee's death row or execution chamber. However, death was rife on the grounds. Tension between overworked inmates mixed with beatings and other forms of violence by overzealous guards often led to days where death saturated the crisp mountain air while staining various areas of the property. By 1931, Brushy Mountain State Penitentiary held nearly 1,000 men, more than 3 times its capacity. The overcrowding led to the construction of a new stone structure standing 4 stories high and fashioned into the shape of a Greek cross. They lock you in.
Garlic and crosses.
Hold on, I lost myself. Sorry. An 18-foot stone was surrounded. An 18-foot stone wall surrounded the new prison on 3 sides, with a mountain serving as the 4th wall. Brushy Mountain remains unique as the only prison in the country to have utilized the surrounding geography as a penitentiary wall. By 1957, the original solitary confinement area, the Hole, fell into disuse, and a new 2-story building known as D Block was constructed to segregate the worst offenders from everyone else. Increasingly, D Block stands on the spot of the original morgue, where inmates who had died were kept until being released to their families or buried in the Paupers Cemetery. Is that right? Paupers, Paupers?
Yes.
Okay. Until the late 1960s, Brushy Mountain State Penitentiary used inmate labor for mining. The prison then transitioned into a maximum security facility, complete with a minimum security unit outside the walls. Some of those who were housed in the minimum security area served in community roles, such as the Petros Volunteer Fire Department from 1971 to 1994. While progress appeared to come to Brushy Mountain State Penitentiary, something else was happening behind the scenes. By the 1960s, the prison was known as the end of the line, hell on earth, and various other phrases that referred to its increasingly violent atmosphere. I've heard some really bad stories about that place.
But wait, before you go on, did you say they built 3 walls and then the mountain was the other wall?
Mm-hmm.
So there was like open?
Maybe push, I don't know.
Because I'm thinking, okay, if I've got 3 walls like this, and then you have a mountain, do they think nobody would climb the mountain to try to escape? I'm a little. Hello?
Mm,
I guess if I look it up,
maybe.
this show me a picture, right?
Yeah, I'll show you a picture.
Because my mind is blown thinking that they put 3 walls up and they use the mountain as the 4th wall.
I'll show you a picture. Don't do things, put you. Yeah. Let's see here.
And I'm going to get back to you in a minute, Carlotta, because I want to hear about Waverly Hills. You have been to Waverly Hills. she's really starting to. Ooh, these are places I want to go, and she's already been there.
Brushy Mountain State Penitentiary became known as a place where inmates that other prisons couldn't handle or didn't want to deal with were sent, much like the later supermax prisons that came along in the 1980s and 1990s. Brushy Mountain truly housed the worst of the worst, not just from the state of Tennessee, but nationwide. For instance, James Earl Ray escaped Missouri State Penitentiary. Later, he was convicted for the assassination of Dr. Luther King. Ray tried to escape, got lost in the mountains, and failed, and later nearly died from being stabbed. There's prison problems and violence. Then there's Brushy Mountain State Penitentiary, which truly housed a different breed. By 1972, conditions were so poor that guards went on strike to demand security improvements. This strike led to the entire prison being shuttered for the next 4 years. In 1976, Brushy Mountain State Penitentiary reopened. Unfortunately, nothing had really changed in the terms of the types of inmates it held, of the violence that occurred. By 1982, racial tension reached a boiling point. 7 white inmates used knives to take guards hostage, secured their guns, took aim at 4 black inmates who were locked in their cells. 2 died and 2 managed to survive by hiding behind their mattresses. While this incident and others like it highlighted the violence at Brushy Mountain State Penitentiary, there was a particular light that shines through the darkness. The very idea of building the main prison into the shape of a cross was symbolic for offering a narrow path to redemption. A chapel was built which saw the baptism of more than 1,000 inmates. With the construction of the High Max in 1989, D Block became a minimum security area. As much bloodshed, violence, and pain that were prevalent inside these walls, there were always glimmers of hope, redemption, and peace. In 2009, Brushy Mountain State Penitentiary closed, finally bringing an end to a century's worth of mostly dark history. Brushy Mountain reopened for tours in 2018, complete with a distillery, gift shop, and cafe on the grounds. Rentals are also available for private tours and a variety of events, such as weddings and private paranormal investigations. On October 5th, Night Shift Paranormal will host a public paranormal investigation into Brushy Mountain State Penitentiary. The activity reported inside the walls ranges from explained noises to shadows, apparitions, growls, and mysterious lights. Do the walls simply hold the spirits of the inmates and guards who remain? Does the former Native American use of this land also factor in? Or is there something else? Join us as we search deep inside the shuttered prison for evidence of what's happening inside this notorious location. Your ghost hunt at Brushy Mountain State will include access to A Block, B Block, and D Block, the hole, the yard, cafeteria, gymnasium, hospital, and the auditorium. But it starts at 8 to 4 a.m.
I can't believe they took a penitentiary, put a distillery in there, a gift shop in there, and a restaurant. For the love of God, what were they thinking? I mean, this is a place of pain and misery and misfortune, and they turned it into well, I guess that brings the money in, I guess.
Oh, hold on 1 second. Hello?
But yeah, I just went and looked
Okay.
pictures of that.
All right, I love you. Bye. I gotta
They
go
live.
pick up my daughter from work, but let me show you this.
But yeah, I couldn't believe that when I saw the restaurant with the menu and everything, and I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. A restaurant? A gift shop? I'm like, mind blown.
Let's see what they mean. Like, can you see? Let me tap on it. Well, don't.
That's okay. Well, they didn't, but
the walls are like.
All right, the way they made it sound is like they butted it up to the mountain, but it's not. It's away from the mountain.
Yeah, it should. Oh, my computer's dying at the same time. It's Hold on, I'm plugging you in.
Plug us in, plug us in.
I think they meant 3 by how it cropped. Wait.
Yeah, I get it. It's kind of, they angled it so that it went.
Yeah. Okay, I love you. I gotta go pick my
I love
child
you
up
all.
from work.
Thank you for having me up. Go get your kid. Bye.
She is ready to go almost. So. Oh, bye, Peggy. She jumped down quick. Okay. I love each and every one of y'all. I appreciate y'all being here. I don't know if anybody else is going live tonight, but I will talk to y'all in just a little while. I don't know if I'll be able to get back on because it'll already be like 9 something when I get back. But I love y'all. Y'all have a good night, okay? And if I don't get to talk to you again, I love you.